World, what's the update in the Southern District of the PSC? And we have a $5 million solar project that recently announced in Covington County. It was a pretty big deal. Tell us about it.
Yes. Well, we've had a number of these. I came in hitting the ground running, trying to invest in this renewable energy, and we've done that in solar and wind and working on hydro. But this particular facility is a $5.5 million facility. And it's going to have an overall value of about $90 million when we're done with it. And these facilities that are being built across the state are investor owned, and they are private entities, and we're approving them left and right because it doesn't do anything but benefit the ratepayers, and then on top of that, it doesn't cost them anything. And so putting this back on the grid, working with the great companies like Entergy and Mississippi Power and C Spire on the broadband, things have really come together once we got in office and started teaming up with the big guys.
A little bit on the solar, do they sell that energy directly to the consumers, or do they sell it through contract through an existing power company like the EPA's? How does that work?
Yeah, they sell it back to the power companies, and they give them credit back on it. And it's just a benefit. And we're working now on battery storage for that. So we have some storage capabilities as well.
But they don't have storage capabilities as we speak?
Some of them do. And that's how they store them. But we want larger banks to go along with some of those projects. And so what you're going to see is technology in batteries is unbelievable. I didn't know that it was like it was, but I mean, you can put a box now in a 48-volt golf cart and it'll drive for 40 hours. So technology's came a long way. So it's great.
You've got to wonder what's going to happen as far as the future, because there's so much technology going into this. Certainly with the electric cars and the vehicles. I'm hoping that the charge time is the thing that's going to change, and we get it less and less, because right now I think as far as the vehicle's concerned, it's for the most part about half hour to 45 minutes, but they differ on the size of the batteries. So let's talk a little bit about the broadband. Are we using the money that we have? Are we getting things done out there? Are we completing the task to get everybody linked up in your district?
Well, we talked last time about this, and I told you we were leading the nation in putting out broadband, and we're still doing that today. And talked to the lieutenant governor a couple of days ago about this, and he's looking at trying to generate some more money for it. I'm excited about where we're going. We're laying record amounts of fiber, and also, we passed a law last year to allow people like Mississippi Power and Entergy and C Spire, who have these large ownership of in-ground and above-ground fiber, and they were not allowed to share that fiber, and we changed the law to allow that. The partnership has worked out flawlessly. Mississippi Power was telling me just yesterday that they are hooking up with the Coast Electric Co-op and I think Singing River Electric, like over in George County, and they're putting together a fiber band now over there, and it's off of Mississippi Power's fiber, and that's a great partnership because it puts out over 5,000 miles of fiber right now has already been laid, and that just increases that double or triple the amount we're accessible to today.
I know we had a story in here, Commissioner, about windmills, and there was some location in the state where they were going to try that. To me, it seems like it's not going to be financially successful long term, certainly not like out west. I mean, we've got the sun, but as far as the wind, I'm not sure what the capabilities are. But is there anything in your district as far as a wind farm in the southern district?
No, there's not, and that's something that there are some investors looking at today. The problem with Mississippi, we traditionally have not been a wind state with that kind of wind, the consistent wind flow. Now, I'll tell you, this one we approved in Tunica changed my mind. It actually changed my mind on wind power, and it did that because it was a 4-year investment made by a private company, and they found the sweet spot here in Mississippi as to where they can capture that flow of wind. And it took them 4 years.
Well,
they had
there is a sweet spot?
There is a sweet spot. Apparently, I didn't know about it, but
I didn't either. What breaking news here? Because I'm thinking between two mountains I could see some flow, but I got to hear about this. Where's the sweet spot?
Well, there is a consistent flow that it meets the requirements, but it's elevated. It's not where normally wind mills are. So they've tracked it and they found it, and they're elevating these windmills. So they're going to push it up to that height that will capture that wind. And I mean, they're putting millions and millions and millions of private dollars into it so that they can get this done. And they believe in it. We believe in it. We think we're going to have the first time to capture wind in Mississippi. I think it's breaking news because it's never happened before, and nobody thought it could happen.
Is this in Tunica County?
It's in Tunica County.
Is it going to be over like one or two windmills or a windmill farm? It's
going to be a windmill farm. It's going to be a windmill farm. I'm telling you, Paul, this is incredible technology that they have today. And who would have ever thought Mississippi would have been
I don't want to use the word "you're blowing me away" on this one, but I'm guessing it's going to be on the east side of the levee in one of the cotton fields somewhere.
Well, it will. They bought about 1,300 acres out there. They really only need about 50, and they bought it to surround it and not to try to make less of an impact. But I'm telling you, it is going to be a game changer for us and others in the South, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. Those guys, it's going to be a game changer.
Have you seen a picture of the windmills? Are they comparable, commensurate with the ones out west, the same height or higher? Because they're
going to be higher. I've seen the pictures of the windmill, but
higher.
A lot of people, that's where that spot is. They've got to go higher than a traditional.
If they're going to be higher, if they're going to be higher than the ones out west, we got to have FAA warnings out of Memphis and FedEx.
That's why they're in that territory.
When do you think they're going to start on that?
Well, we approved it, so I would imagine they're on it now. They're moving forward with it now. So
I'm sure
I'll keep you posted about it. We're all anxious to see how it works.